Welcome to Sesh Daily Podcast. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. And thank you guys for subscribing. This episode will be dedicated and in tribute to Trevor Huff, who was a legendary radio voice personality on the local radio station. Man, definitely prayers go out to his family. And he definitely inspired the Sesh Daily Podcast and other shows and podcasts and radio shows around here in Eastern Kentucky. So definitely prayers go out to his family. He's a great singer as well, great guitar player. He was a great musician, everything, man. Definitely prayers go out to his family. But we are blessed enough to have an interview with authors Scott Norris and Rebecca Norris. How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing well, thank you.
Absolutely, man. Definitely appreciate you being on.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And I was going to pronounce it all, but I'll just say, Rebecca, your book is called The Great Mason. And, yep.
Yeah,
Right there.
that's
Definitely that cover looks cool. What inspired the cover for that book?
Actually, this cover, I designed it myself.
Right.
Front and back. Using images and clips and things like that from Canva, as well as from Pixabay, which is a commercial-free, license-free type website that you can get a lot of images and illustrations from. Put it all together. I like to do that. I like to design covers.
sorry, we're having trouble with our video here.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But yeah, we use Pixabay. It's a good free source website out there. High quality images and video. And as our video cuts out again.
That is so weird.
And I know you have a book called Mourinho Shield as well.
Yes, that's right. Mourinho Shield, hoping it's going to be one of a trilogy.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy epic. So a young man just becomes an adult right as his country is in time of peace, or so he thinks. Then another king promises everything, but to form an alliance, we're going to work together. And then he tries to kill Marno's king, and they go into war together.
Oh, yeah, man. That's definitely interesting. And what is your book about, Rebecca?
Mine is a space opera. It's about a young boy who was stranded in a different galaxy when he was 5 years old, and he grows up among aliens as the only human in the galaxy. He finds misfortune and adventure at every turn. It's very funny. He has a ragtag crew that really, they don't get along. Let's just say that. They don't really like each other, but they're also there for each other no matter what. And because he's the only human and the only one that thinks like a human, the whole galaxy is just a crazy mixed up mess the whole time. But he gets the job done every time. And that's what he gets paid the not so big bucks for. He's just a merchant. And he's not even a very good merchant, but he gets the job done.
And Scott, if you don't care, man, can you show the cover of your book, because your video was out there?
Sure, no problem. Right here. Did not design it. It was all Rebecca here, my wife. Thank you.
Wow.
She's our chief designer.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Definitely looks like it's in a very cool place, man. Yeah, man.
I enjoyed reading it. I got the privilege of helping him edit, and I loved every single time I got to read through it. It was awesome. So. And I'm not just saying that because I'm married to him. I actually really love the book.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We're a good team.
We are a good team.
So do both of you like co-write each books, or just your books individually?
No, we
share ideas.
We share ideas, yeah.
But
bounce ideas off of each other. But
the majority of the writing, it's all us. We go in and say, "Oh, try this," or "Why don't you edit this paragraph a bit differently?"
And definitely edit. We were both English teachers, so we edit each other's works all the time.
That's interesting. Both of you all being English teachers, that must make writing the books even more interesting.
Even more difficult.
Same time,
You would
yes.
think it would help, but it does not help.
Yeah, I know most people honestly don't even write their books; they get other people to and stuff. But
Right.
I know you two and Bortis do everything individually.
Good.
That's definitely very cool, man. And you guys have any more books coming out like here soon?
I actually have this one that came out about the same time as the other one, One Final Breath. This one is actually put out by a division of Thomas Nelson and Zondervan. If you know those publishers, are pretty big names. They helped me publish that one. And it's kind of a, what would you call it, a sci-fi fantasy
Yeah.
thriller kind of a story. It follows three characters as they essentially make the biggest mistake of their eternity, and they find out that it was a mistake too late. And it's their journey of realizing they were wrong. And then I have a few others that are coming out. I hear my baby in the background.
So our youngest, who can
Yeah,
hear
our
again.
youngest is arguing at the door. We have. You're working on book 2.
Yeah, I wanted it to be out by November this year, but seems to be taking a little longer than that. So I'll do what I can.
Yeah.
It will be a direct sequel to Mourinho Shield. It's going to be called The Spirit Sword.
Mm-hmm. And then I have Grant Mason #2 coming out in a couple of months, and I have a young adult story that's also going to come out this year.
Definitely sounds awesome, and it sounds like you are putting in the work. And they can get your guys' books on Amazon, I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all on Amazon.
Yep.
We're having fun with the two at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you love, man. If you guys love writing like I love doing podcasting and stuff, man, it definitely is a good thing to do. Like, I mean, you can make it your full-time job for sure, man.
That's the goal.
We're hoping, yeah.
That's my goal as well. And yeah, man, definitely follow your dreams out there to everybody for sure. And I'm glad you guys are following yours.
It's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride.
Tell them how we got into writing.
No.
No.
You do it.
Did anybody inspire you to write?
It was it was my wife, Rebecca, here. Well, a big part of it was I was working as a cashier at a fast food place, and that was the only job I could get. And I'm going, I've got to do something else. I've got to do more. So you try, and a lot of free-floating advice on the internet. Take it for what it's worth, but it said, try writing a book. So I said, okay, I used to write books. Yeah, I'll give it a try again. Here I am 5 years later, and I've got my book out on Amazon.
And it's doing very well.
Well,
it's doing very well.
It's got a few sales, but it could be better.
Better than zero, man.
There's that, yes.
For me, I've just always been a writer. I love to write. I love to tell stories. I love to, when I create my stories, I create the vision of the person, and then I make it real. So their voices, what they dress, what they eat, where they go. I mean, like the whole thing is all up here. And then when I write it, you see that personality come through on the paper because I've got, even as far as their accent, if they're from somewhere, I when I'm writing them, I'm in character, so I can write the character. So
yeah, the accent part made me laugh because people talk about my accent and everything being from Eastern Kentucky.
What accent? We don't know. You sound like we do. Yeah.
Accent?
But yeah, man, you all definitely are doing great stuff out there, man. And when you guys are writing, is there any characters that has the personality of someone you know in real life?
We're gonna plead a fifth on that one. We'll say maybe.
Yeah.
So, mostly it's a combination of other people we know and part of our personalities as well.
There's, for my books, especially for the Grant Mason book, there's a little bit of me in every character. And then there's a little bit of Scott in every character. And then there are characters that are out there in the world that we all call characters that also end up in there. So it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but there's one thing that's consistent is that I try to put something about me in every character so that there's a different aspect of my own personality that shines through.
That's
Multifaceted. Characters are multifaceted.
Right.
So
That's definitely awesome.
We inspire some other characters, so hopefully influence them. But that's where it ends. There's no direct.
no, it's not this person in print form.
Right.
It's just elements.
Yeah.
Usually I take the best of their personality and I put it in a story. I don't try, I make up the worst in people. I mean, like when I make up a character, I pick the most crazy, wild, worst thing about a person that I could ever think of, but I don't actually take it from a real person. It's just, if I were to create a villain, what would they look like? What would they do? So that's how I create my bad guys.
I could see a few out there in the world right now who could be villains, inspire people to write about. I'm not even gonna say any names, but
Don't have to.
Don't have to. Enough said.
If people know me, they know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we got some of those in our life too.
Oh no, it ain't nobody in my personal life. It is some people that are pretty famous that are you can just tell, or I'm just gonna say it, you can tell they're assholes.
Yeah.
They're the characters I was referring to. They're out there.
A lot of our leaders could be doing better jobs. A lot of people that are role models in the spotlight, they could be doing so much better.
Yeah, I won't even get talking about that though.
Sure.
YouTube will take this interview down, and YouTube will take my channel.
Yeah, that might happen. I don't want that.
We'll be smart about it.
We want to succeed. So.
Oh no, YouTube has took some of my. So I'm a political candidate as well for like a local seat and stuff. I've had other political candidates on, and they've not liked what we've talked about, and they've took it down. YouTube has.
Oh, wonderful!
Wow.
That ain't no surprise though. But yeah, your guys is switching topics. Your guys' books sounds very interesting. I've been especially as part of the like alien stuff because I'm big into UFOs and all that stuff. So,
oh, you would probably like Grant Mason then because there's a teaser video out there that basically sums it up. Nothing is ever easy for him. So he gets locked up. He has to find a way out. He goes to meet somebody. They end up trying to kill him instead of help him. And it's always something that goes wrong and he has to figure it out. So it's pretty funny, but it's also got a lot of heartfelt, serious moments too. So. And of course, it's got space and aliens.
Of course. Robots.
Lasers and
right.
Yeah.
And Scott, your book's very interesting as well, as far as a battle to save a civilization and stuff. Man, that sounds awesome. And you never know, they might make a movie out of both y'all's books.
That would be cool.
I won't mind that. Yeah.
Let's get that started.
As long as they let us appear in the movie, of course. You know, some background character, something like that.
I'll be the one that walks across the stage
right.
in the background.
Or some royalties.
Yeah, definitely. As many as we can get in many different ways.
Anything is possible.
Royalties is never bad either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always coming, never get here.
And what would you give? What would be the advice you two would give to somebody that is thinking about writing a book and stuff? What is the first thing they should do?
First thing you should do, get into writing every day. Even if it's something simple, like a letter to a family member, a short list, if it's a story, something. Get into that habit. Don't wait for inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Write every day.
Even if it's just a paragraph,
right.
Write something. If you're into nonfiction, then write a nonfiction paragraph. If you're into historical fiction, write a historical fiction paragraph. Just get used to how you write, how your ideas flow. I would say keep a notebook or a journal or a voice recorder and capture your ideas, because as you start to write, the ideas they just pummel you. And if you're not keeping track of at least the really good ones, you're going to lose your ideas, and then you won't be able to remember, wait, what was this person supposed to do? Or what was that story about? The other thing that I like to do is find a quiet spot. Find a quiet spot away from others and then just stop and think and breathe before you start. That's another good thing because you don't want to be so um, distracted and jumbled that it comes across in your writing. You don't want that.
Once you get to that point, let it flow. Just get the story out there. Just get it on paper. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about spacing, editing. Just get the story out there. Then go back and look it over and analyze it.
Yeah, definitely. If you try to tweak it as you go, it's just going to be a mess.
Yeah.
You just write it all. Don't even worry about spelling, and then just go back later.
Absolutely. And if you don't know how to spell, just hire somebody to write it for you.
Yeah, it's funny.
Marry someone who's good at spelling.
Yeah, that helps.
Both of y'all should be good at spelling. Both of y'all are English teachers.
Yeah, practice with it. Yeah.
Definitely better than me at spelling because I definitely was not close to English teacher. The best I did in English was probably a C in the middle.
Well, interesting story. I actually went to college the first time around to be an English teacher, flunked out. Completely flunked out. Ended up going overseas and being a really good English teacher and realized that if you have a dream, you don't give up on it no matter how many times you fail. You keep pushing. And especially with writing, if you have a dream to be a writer, don't let anything stop you from it. Don't let people who criticize you stop you from it.
Yeah.
You will be inundated with people who hate your ideas. You will be pummeled with people who think that you have significant issues with your story.
Yeah.
You will have people that can't stand the way you write.
Keep going.
Keep going. Because it's like a teacher of mine once said, great, got that negative one out of the way, moving on to the next. And then you get through all the negative ones, and then you've got a world of possibilities and all of the positive ones. So never give up. No matter how many people tell you you can't, yes, you can.
Absolutely. I mean, that's good life advice, not just writing books. That's just a life advice right there. I mean, most people that hate on you are mostly jealous of you.
Yep.
They are out there, yes.
Yep.
And they will come for you.
Haters gonna hate.
See it through.
See it through. Tell them thank you for your opinion. Goodbye.
Someone was your family and friends. Well, fake friends.
Still push on.
Fake friends.
When they tell you you should give up, that's when it hurts the most. And if you can get through that, you can get through anything.
With me, it doesn't really hurt. I'm like, well, then go follow your dream. And I ain't gonna say the word that I want to say on here, but yeah. Oh man, but yeah, man, everybody's gonna hate on you because you're following your dream and they didn't follow theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, people are giving up on their dreams, so they'll be jealous of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they'll try to stop you because they were stopped. Don't let them.
Absolutely. I mean, that's good that you guys are both following your dreams, and that's definitely good advice to live by. And yeah. So you said that you was an English teacher in another country.
Yeah, it's where we met, Korea.
Yeah,
South Korea.
South Korea, yes, not North.
Both of you all was.
They only say Korea over there, and I got used to it.
Rightly so.
South Korea. Yeah.
Oh, both of y'all was English teachers in South Korea?
Yes, that's right. We were teaching at the same university.
Wow. Was it a culture shock when you guys went over there?
Yeah, you could say that. Things are a little bit different, you could say.
It was really hard for me. I'm from the Midwest, and it's a very different life than on the coast where he's from. And he had a much easier time adjusting because there's all this movement and flow, and he's kind of used to, changing our environment. But in the Midwest, we don't really change here. So it was really hard for me to just jump out of my comfort zone and into a whole different culture. But I found some amazing people, and I went to some amazing places, and I learned some amazing things that I will never forget. And I met him.
So there's that. Yeah.
8 years later, we're still here.
Yeah.
So.
Did South Korea inspire any of your all's writings?
Actually, that's what started me on my real writing. Like I said, I jotted short stories and things, but I didn't ever think about turning anything into a book until South Korea.
I think you wrote me a fan fiction about some
Yeah.
video games, was it?
Well, I wrote you fan fiction about some video
We
games.
got started with it.
It's a
And
really
of course,
big video
teaching
game
English
out there
is
that
something.
everybody plays that girls don't apparently play.
Grand Theft Auto.
Huh?
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, that one too, actually. I do like a little GTA, but no. It's a MMORPG. I'll just say that.
Okay.
And I made some fan fiction about it, and goblins are just really cool, so I had to make it about goblins. And he loved it so much that he said I should keep writing. And I'm like, oh, they're just stories. They're just short stories. I write them all the time. And he's like, no, you really need to do something with your skills. So I did. If I hadn't gone to Korea, I wouldn't have any books out right now.
That's definitely very. I mean, life's just weird how it just comes together and stuff.
I would. A
Yeah,
small
I even
town
said I would
girl.
never go to Korea.
Yeah, a small town girl. I said I'm never going to travel. No way. I'm just going to stay here. I love it here. Why would I travel? And then in a whole nother country all by myself. And I did find out that I could do it. I can survive in another country where I don't speak the language all by myself for 2 years. I learned a lot about myself over there, not just
We did.
finding people, but finding new aspects of my own personality, which end up in my books. So I have a lot of people step out of their comfort zones.
Did you guys? This may be a crazy question, but did you guys visit North Korea?
I did get to, yes. There's the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. You can step just over the border, and you can see Panmunjom where they had the peace talks where it was signed the armistice agreement. And while you're going out there, you can look just over the border, and you'll see the North Korean soldiers holding up like the binoculars, making sure what are they doing, and they'll observe you, but that's about it.
Closest I ever got was to
Come on back
Huijeongbu.
to
Yeah, the closest I ever got was Huijeongbu. I didn't go any further than that. So, nope, I haven't seen it yet.
Don't blame you, to be honest. It's everything I've heard about it, and I've actually seen people go there like on YouTube and stuff, like YouTubers, and they have to have their camera down, like have to have it like a whole frame of statues and stuff. It's really weird.
Yeah, there's
It's
a lot of
strict,
precautions that have to be taken.
You gotta be safe,
Right,
and they gotta be safe too. I mean, there's a lot at the demilitarized zone that could hurt either side, and with the fact that South Koreans really want to reunify, you got to be careful what you say and do, especially to protect yourself. So
Yeah, definitely. South Korea is beautiful. North Korea is a dump.
it's hurting.
Yeah, I saw a mountain, for example, and there was no trees on it because they burned them all to heat their people, to burn for fire, for
hurting
heating.
nation.
Yeah. We don't like how they treat their people,
No.
but the people are suffering.
The
It's
people
the
are
government
suffering.
we don't
Yeah,
like about.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And
And
you gotta
I mean,
over there that are just suffering.
yeah, South Korea is beautiful though, man. I've seen pictures of it. So
Especially
Yeah,
when the
it's
trees
worth visiting,
are
for sure.
blooming and the roses are
Mm.
everywhere. And yeah, it's gorgeous.
I definitely appreciate both of y'all being on.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. I want to thank Arthur's Scott Norris and Rebecca Norris for being on. Y'all have a good night, and God bless.